What is the scientific method?
Now I'm going to discuss how we would look for a new law. In general, we look for a new law by the following process. First, we guess it. Then we no, don't laugh, that's really true. Then we compute the consequences of the guess to see if this is right, if this law that we guessed is right, we see what it would imply, and then we compare those computation results to nature, or we say compare to experiment or experience. Compare it directly with observation to see if it works. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. In that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is, it doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess, or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Richard Feynman says that we look for a new scientific law by using these three steps. First we guess, then we compute the consequences of the guess, then we compare it directly with observation to see if it works. Mr. Feynman also says that we compare the computation results to nature, to experiment. Now let's see what Richard Dawkins has to say about evolution being observed in nature or in experiment. Bill Moyers hosts a television show on the public broadcasting service in America. The name of the show is called On Faith and Reason. And on December 3rd, 2004, he interviewed Richard Dawkins. This is available on the internet on the PBS website. This interview was about Dawkins' thoughts on evolution and creation, and why he believes evolution to be true. In the talk, there is this startling admission by Richard Dawkins. Bill Moyers asks, "Is evolution a theory, not a fact?" Dawkins answers, "Evolution has been observed. It's just that it hasn't been observed while it's happening." Moyers, "What do you mean it's been observed?" Dawkins, "The consequences of. It is rather like a detective coming on a murder after the scene. And you, the detective, hasn't actually seen the murder take place, of course. But what you do see is a massive clue. Now any detective..." Moyers, "Circumstantial evidence." Dawkins, "Circumstantial evidence, but masses of circumstantial evidence. Huge quantities of circumstantial evidence. It might as well be spelled out in words of English. Evolution is true. I mean, it's as circumstantial as that, but it's as true as that." Now here we have Richard Dawkins, who is generally regarded as the most knowledgeable person in the world about evolution, stating that evolution has never been observed while it's happening. Now surely some bells should be going off in people's heads. Is this correct? Is he saying a factual thing? Or is he making this up? Or is he just incorrect? Now remember Richard Feynman's definition of how we look for a new scientific law. We use these three steps. We guess, we compute the consequences of the guess, and then comparing directly with observation to see if it works. So evolution is certainly a guess, so it does pass the first step of the scientific method. And anyone may compute whatever consequences they wish. So you could say that it passes the second step also. But evolution has never been observed in action. So according to Richard Dawkins' admission and Richard Feynman's definition, evolution fails the scientific method.